Hey everyone, welcome to Up to Speed with Psychology. My name is Maddie. In today's short video, we will be discussing the zone of proximal development. What is that, you may ask? Well, the zone of proximal development is a theory invented by Lev Vygotsky that explains the range of tasks that are too difficult for children to master alone, but can be learned and accomplished with guidance and assistance from adults or more skilled children. Pretty much what this theory is saying is that children learn by interacting with more experienced adults and peers. Looking at this graphic right here, we see 3 layers of this zone: what I can't do, what I can do with help, and what I can do. These explain the limits of what a child can and cannot do with or without instruction or guidance. A really interesting article that I found is called Rethinking Clinical Instruction Through the Zone of Proximal Development, written by Linda D. Cantor. We see researchers question and test how certain teaching strategies support undergraduate nurses compared to what they're able to do alone. So the researchers targeted these individuals' learning zones on areas on what they needed help on, and they shifted their teaching strategies as the students improved. So this greatly shows the zone of proximal development because these strategies are morphed into what the students need as they get better as time goes on. The lower limit of the zone of proximal development is the level of skill reached by the child working independently or by themselves, while the upper limit is the level of skill the child can reach with the assistance of an instructor, a peer, or an adult. The article, The Zone of Proximal Development as an Overarching Concept, a Framework for Synthesizing Vygotsky's Theories by Bronnie Yoon, explains that what the less competent participant in the zone can accomplish with the help of the more capable person becomes internalized and forms the basis for the next closest developmental phase. As an example of this, let's say you just started a video game, you're brand new, just loaded in, so you're a lower level. There may be certain things in that game that you can't access yet because you're not the right level, but as you advance in the game, you get higher levels, you will be able to access it. This theory of the zone of proximal development births scaffolding, which are the activities provided by the more competent peer, educator, or adult to support the child as they are led through the zone of proximal development. So this support is tapered off or it's withdrawn as it is become unnecessary. As the child becomes more familiar with the activities, the support is withdrawn until they can do the activity independently. For example, if a child is learning how to brush their teeth for the very first time, you would fully do it for them so that they could see how to do it. The next time, you might let them do it themselves and you might intervene if they're doing it wrong. And the time after that, they might be able to do it completely by themselves. There might be more steps in between, but just to sum it up for this video, it'll go like that. We can also relate scaffolding to the example that I used before in video games. When you first start off in the game will give you an introduction guide, the basic controls. It might not even allow you to take damage, but as you progress in the game, you'll level up, it'll become much more challenging, and the game won't give you any instructions whatsoever. This really is a great example of scaffolding because it shows you the evolution of how it expects you to grow, and it gives you what you need at the very beginning, and then it slowly tapers it off, kind of how I mentioned previously. The article Vygotsky's Zone of Proximal Development, Instructional Implications and Teachers' Professional Development by Karim Shabini explains how scaffolding has 3 main factors. 1. The essentially dialogic nature of the discourse in which knowledge is co-constructed. 2. The significance of the kind of activity in which knowing is embedded. 3. The role of artifacts that mediate knowing. Hey, it looks like you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope this was enough information to make you up to speed on the zone of proximal development. Catch you later.